Hello, welcome back to Peru State Sports Network. Today on the network, we're going to have head coach Steve Schneider. Stay tuned for some in-depth talk on this Saturday's game. Coach Schneider, welcome back to the network. Thanks for taking the time out again to talk with us. Looks like we finished with 309 yards rushing. Pretty impressive, I think 8 runners we shared the ball to. It's going to be very helpful in keeping us healthy. Speaking on the health, we have everybody that we need right now. Everybody's healthy, more to say. What's that due to, and how are we going to keep that going?
Well, I think sometimes it's lady luck is what keeps you healthy, But we've kind of modified and structured our practices a little bit different than in past years. We're really only going one full pad practice a week, and that day is on Wednesday. It's a pretty intense day.
Okay.
So we backed off the contact somewhat during the week, and in part we've been fortunate, and in part we have a little bit more depth than maybe we've had in recent years. So some guys are playing a little bit more in games, which keeps guys fresh and hopefully healthy.
Going into Game 3, where would you find the team's head at? We're 2-0, Evangel's 0-2. They've given us trouble in the past. Mm-hmm. How do we avoid that, and what's our game?
Yeah, well, I think first and foremost, in film study, I think all of us, players and coaches, would agree that Evangel's a better football team than Central Methodist or Avila. Avila and Central Methodist, we expected to be 2-0, to be quite candid. And Evangel has played Grandview and Benedictine, two
tough teams,
two top 15 teams, and very, very good offensive football teams that put up a lot of points and a lot of yards. So their competition level has been at a higher level than ours in these two games, and that's a little bit of a concern going into the game. But we're well prepared, and we have confidence in our game plan, and I think we go out and execute and take care of the football, create a few turnovers, minimize big plays on defense, and get a few on offense. I would like to think we'd enjoy the outcome.
For sure. With 3 turnovers last week, what's the plan going forward to kind of fix that?
Well, I think unfortunately, probably the biggest area that we need improvement upon right now is our special teams play. Mm-hmm. Our special teams have been okay, but we really haven't excelled above our opponents. We've kind of played even with them, and we've had turnovers on special teams the past 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So that's been kind of a focus area for us as well. And so offensively we had 2 turnovers, special teams had 1, and our goal is 1 or less a game. So if we can minimize the turnovers to 1 and create a few on defense, that's huge in terms of flipping the field and big plays and what have you.
Well, Coach Schneider, I want to thank you for coming onto the network. That's all we have for you today. Best of luck this Saturday in Springfield, Missouri, where they will be taking on Evangel University at 6 p.m. We know it's a long drive, but if you guys can make it out, they appreciate the sport.
Thank you, Neiman. We look forward to everybody's participation.
Till then.